much, Contest Chair, and thank you, V, for coming here and delivering your speech, Panic and Run. I really enjoyed your speech, and I thought it got off to a very good positive start. V came up, put the lectern to the side, and took the stage and spoke positively, going straight into the introduction, talking about, well, you could see where it was going early on in the speech, and I thought that was a good thing. We knew where V was going with the panic and run idea and some of what we were going to hear throughout the speech. I also thought that it followed through with a good body throughout the speech, and then wrapped up in a conclusion as to what V had learned throughout doing those three speeches in terms of the idea of panicking and running. So really well done with the structure. Another thing I really liked in V's speech, as a couple of points throughout, was the use of humour. I thought there were a couple of points where V talked about, I didn't know what I was talking about, and that got a laugh about looking at the speech, and he didn't realise that they were talking about that. And then there was a point towards the end talking about getting buzzed off. That should only happen in a round robin. Well, that was great. Everybody could relate to that, and another great laugh. So I really like the humour that you use, and I'd encourage you to continue to use that in your public speaking. A couple of recommendations. The first one I had to do was to do with the use of eye contact. Now, I was sitting over there, and I felt a lot of it was directed to our side of the room. That was my observation. And that was great. But I thought there was times where it could have been more centred to this side. There were some instances of that, but that's something to work on. There was another point where it went the other way, and I thought it was really great when V tried using that Icarus looking up to the sun, and then V was looking over here, but I would suggest turning the head around and scanning the whole room to catch this side as well. My next recommendation was to do with gestures. I thought V used gestures throughout the speech, and I thought they were well done, but I think they could be enhanced even further. So one example of that would be at the point when V was talking about opening the cupboard. That could, I would suggest, that could have been a bolder gesture, opening the cupboard door, coming out to the stage here and using that stage a little bit further. Finally, another positive I really liked was the use of pauses. I thought that was really well done. There were a couple of points towards the end of the speech when V used pauses effectively. Pauses where V said they stopped and then stopped. So to summarise, great speech structure, really liked the humour. We'll continue to work on the eye contact and gestures and keep up the pauses. And I'm looking forward to hearing the next speech. Well done.